Alright, here we are. Finally got it home. I was never able to get a good look at the passenger side with it up against the shed before. I'm gonna have to get that window up. Be about #1 priority. I'm surprised it hasn't done any damage to the interior, but that was because it was up against a wall. So now it's not going to be that protected. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it quite yet, to be honest. Probably right up against the shed or in the shop. I still need to measure it to make sure it's still low enough. When I had measured it before, it was sunk down into the ground up to the rim. But it's got really small tires on the front, just to keep it low because it had been in storage before. We will begin stripping everything off that we need to come off. Including the tanks, these air tanks. That's all garbage. This whole back end is getting tossed, so I don't have to worry about that so much. It's the exhaust uprights. That'll all come off. The fairings off, which the fairings are actually pretty easy to take off on these bolts, whatever, that's easy. But then these bolts, there's a rivet nut on the inside. You can pop the fairings off on a truck like this in a couple minutes. And these cab latches need to get freed up. I can actually crawl around underneath the truck to look at it. Finally, throw the rest of the exhaust out because it's completely shot. These air hoses. It's going to be an awful lot of just getting rid of things. I think for a cab jack, I'm not sure if this one has one because I haven't been able to find it, and it's confusing me. I don't know why it wouldn't have one unless someone stole it or it was put inside for safekeeping. I've been soaking these latches in Crown every so often, hoping that they'll pop free. You cannot get too rough with those handles. They're white metal and very, very brittle, so you can snap those in a hurry, or you'll snap something in here. So at the beginning there's going to be a lot of work that takes a lot of patience to get done, especially when you're dealing with seized bolts. You see here, this is a 87 tank, which that does not sound right because I believe this truck is an 86. I'm going to check the other side. And this is a 91. Well, that's interesting. They're in good shape, that's what matters, other than getting this rust off. But a good sanding and polishing on the tanks, you'll never know that it was that bad. This grill is, I'm assuming it's a lost cause. I'm not sure how to try to clean it, if that's even possible, or find a new one. I can't make up my mind what it's made out of. I'm assuming this is just plastic, and then this must, yeah, it's pretty low quality, or it's just a very, well, that's definitely metal. Should be very thin. Interior still as gross as ever. That's gonna all get cleaned when it comes apart. Just at the end of the video here, I'd like to mention a couple channels that I like that do similar stuff to this truck restoration. Of course, there's Twinsticks. Everyone knows Twinsticks. G Blonde. I'll put little titles up here so you can see who I'm talking about, and maybe a link in the description. G Blonde's doing a pretty in-depth restoration on a 379. It's a pretty nice series. Easy Rider 359, another more well-known project on Old Red there, the 359. Not for hire, the green Freightliner Cabover. It's pretty interesting seeing that stuff. Family Tradition Transport, I actually met him down in Kentucky there a couple months ago, and we had a good chat, and he brought me some good barbecue pork, pulled pork. That was pretty nice of him. Wondering Pete, it's a guy drives truck. He talks about a lot of things involved with the truck. He's got two 389s. It's a good channel. Bus Grease Monkey is a mechanic that does a lot of work on two-strokes and other things related to old buses, but for me, seeing his videos about the old two-strokes is pretty cool. It's more in-depth work on them. The Lacroix Cruiser was pretty neat. It's another two-stroke, or another channel with a lot of two-stroke videos on of a full rebuild from one. And if you're interested in the engines, or if you are looking at how to do some things, he does probably the best tutorials I've ever found on working on a two-stroke. Old Two-Stroker is another good one. His last series is about a 352 with a V12 Detroit, and shows a lot of work on that truck. That's going to be really interesting to watch. It makes me pretty jealous that he's had a couple V12s on his channel so far. There's other guys out there. I can't remember all the channel names exactly, but sorry if I missed one. If you are doing something, leave a comment in the video. A little bit of a disadvantage being as I'm not always home, because I do have a full-time job doing long distance trucking, so it kind of cuts down on my home time. But I've always enjoyed doing this, and I'm starting to be more active than I was in the summertime. Summertime's always pretty busy for me, and I'm pretty keen to get back into it. So thanks for watching.